Hi, good time to you wherever you are. I'm just waking up. Just waking up. It's bright out. Would like to have been up before, but I wasn't up. Got up when I got up. Well, I got up, but it takes me about 30 minutes before I remember. I kind of know who I am, but it takes me a while before I remember the context of my day and what is time for, what is life about, what am I trying to do. And this morning I got up and I got up because I noticed that my goal of the day was to get my ass back into bed and lose consciousness again. And the best way to do that is to live my day with as much truth, goodness, and beauty as I could. And it's sort of a big freedom, responsibility, dichotomy, collapse feeling, which is nice. Kind of. Okay, but I've been having a terrible time going to sleep, and I'm wondering if anyone can empathize. I mean, it's really, really, really hard for me to fall asleep. And this process, I keep observing it every night. It's the same thing. Smoke pot, don't smoke pot. I mean, obviously I need to find a better consistent ritual that does involve pot. And that's probably part of my woes too, and so it just takes some adjustment, and I need to be consistent, and it's all on me. But it is really, really, really hard for me to lose consciousness. And what appears to be happening is the act of meditating into relaxation at night. At some point, I have to intentionally pass through the door of remembering, it's so painful, of remembering in order to feel the love and comfort and relaxation to trust enough to leave my body, I have to remember that I actually don't care whether I live in reality or my own imagination. And that deep, deep, deep not caring is feels like the fundamental feels like such a fundamental truth, and that it relates so fully to how love and compassion and wisdom and emotional cycles all work, that it becomes like totally overwhelming. Yeah, so I accidentally, so what happens is I'm falling asleep, and at some point, like, the subconscious kind of starts bubbling up, and things get like, sexy or weird, or some just like interesting scene, some energy in which I am in communion with existence, and then there's like this moment, this fucking snap back into the whoosh, back into the body on the bed, where I remember I'm Ben, and it's what's this falling asleep process is happening in my imagination. It's not part of this world in which the camera's on and I'm talking to still myself in a room, but at least like making moves towards communicating what's happening in the outside world. It sends up on the tubes, maybe a buddy or a stranger sees it. So it's like, okay, I wake up, I remember this, I care, I want to share the cycle. Let me go back to it. So it's like, pop back into the body, and it's like, oh yeah, that was just, it's like this moment of like, oh yeah, that's not real. That's not real. I'm just in my bed. It's a dream. Like, this is the real. And look how real it is. Like, I'm going to share this beautiful space. Look at what, okay. It's really nice when you get to the point of waking up and really, really feeling like you're just inheriting some past. Like, there's some guy named Ben, I guess, and did a bunch of stuff, and stuff happened to him, and things are the way they are, and you know the situation's really good. It's really lucky. You wake up, it's not, you don't get any credit for it. So I want to like pick up the camera and just be like, look how good this, you know, this real life is. Like I've got it built up as good as you can get it in some ways, and in other ways there's a lot of waking up, cleaning up, growing up, and showing up yet to do. So I'm going to go back to this process now. So falling asleep. Oh, in that moment. Okay, so there's something. So it goes like this: falling asleep, subtly enter a state of communion, but not consciously enough because something shifts. Right, but not consciously enough because when something happens, the brain, the mind, the observer wants to observe, and like for me, mindfulness is like coming back to the body. So it's like observing back to the body. Oh yeah, I'm just a body in bed. Oh, none of this is real. Okay, not real. But it happens in a moment, a dichotomy shift between like being in the dream, like I am right now in some sense, except I'm in reality. I don't know how to dichotomy shift out of this. If I did, dichotomy shifting out of this is insanity. It's psychosis. Dichotomy shifting out of this, feeling that this is exactly as not real as the dream state for me. Yes, I need to. I'm very aspiring towards finding ways to transcend and include that story of psychosis. The feeling really is like just rip through your own body to prove you know it's fake. Like death is built into the game for some perfect reason. Now, can I get the story back? It ties together. So unbelievably beautiful to build this incredibly psychedelic spiritual picture of the Godhead game and the higher the self as lesson as teacher and student of its own interfacing moment, which is certainly nothing new to Ben. So it happens a bunch of times where I sink into subconscious, like love takes me into something juicy and in communion, and then as I sink into communion, something in the body pops back up, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in communion, I'm in my bed. And then I have to remind myself that I'm always in communion because I'm in my own. I'm here with consciousness, and God is not me. It's like, okay, I'm still in communion, and then you like do it again, and then you like knowing that it's fake this time. That's the crazy fucking part. Knowing that it's fake this time, you go back in to the state of communion. Now, I should say knowing that it's fake has only been with, like, it's just that I'm a body alone, and it's fake in the sense that I'm not with other existent minds at this exact space-time moment. That's the only extent to which it's fake. It is as real as reality can be from the interior of this consciousness. What am I saying? I don't know. So knowing it's fake, we go back in, and then that's when the psychedelic stuff starts happening. That's when the real heartbreaking remembering happens. That like, oh, I know this is fake. I know that same choosing to go into imagination of communion, so crazy, is like the choice God makes to come from as the one to the many, to pretend to be the many. Right, cat, the many. Kitty's the many. It's like when I'm thinking about this, I look by, I'm like, there is no cat. It's not there is no cat. I know there is a cat. Or I don't know if there's a cat. I don't know. It depends. There's no perspective has a final. It's not for me to know is one of the things also. It just like it cannot be seen. Releasing into the moment and reflecting on the moment are dichotomies that don't play well, and we need both, and we bounce back and forth from both. And this is me again. I'm hoping for transcending and including integrations for these modes, and part of that is just sharing this and waking up. Ooh, I think I need to meditate with my dear Kata now. All right, we got real close to the top of the alchemical cat to some point in the alchemical tower. For me, maybe something touched for you. I'll maybe try again later. Beautiful.